Well, it's time for my real life housewife from Maryville, Tennessee. That's right. Loretta Cate is back. And we are so excited because, you know, Loretta Cate is all about romance novels. And she's got some romantic summer reads for us. Hey, Loretta.
Hey, Moll.
So are you like totally freaked out excited over who they have cast as Christian?
Oh, my gosh. I haven't heard.
Oh, you haven't?
Oh, my gosh.
I get to be the one to tell you? Well, we're like 99.9% sure it's Ian Somerhalder.
Oh, perfect.
I couldn't tell if that was painful, like in a good way or a bad way. We kind of talked about him before, remember?
Out there. I tell you, that is still my number one pick.
Mine too. I couldn't be happier.
I am so excited.
I am too. Well, okay, we've talked about 50 Shades so many times on the show, so let's get to the romantic summer reads that you've got on your list.
All right. What's good about this one, it's a trilogy, and it's out, and I am placing it right behind 50 Shades.
Oh, you're kidding. It's a trilogy, and who's the author?
The author is Jody Malpas, Malpas.
Jody Malpas, okay. And tell us the name.
This Man Trilogy. The first book is This Man.
Okay.
The second is Beneath This Man, and the third is This Man Confesses. And I'll tell you, Moll, if this guy is as good looking as he's described, we all will melt.
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, he is.
Now, have you read all three already?
They're all three. Oh, yes.
Okay, because what you don't know out there, listeners, is the reason why Loretta is the expert in this area is she hears about a book and she's got it read before you even know it's coming out.
No, I'm pretty addicted, aren't I?
You are, but it's great. So what makes this different than the 50 Shades? Is it similar? Give me a synopsis.
Okay, well, 50 Shades, as you know, is what we call that deep erotic, right?
Yes, deep erotica. Got it.
This one is not as disturbing, but I mean, it's right there on the edge.
Okay.
And we're talking about a guy that is just got a horribly, painful past.
Okay.
And then we've got the other heroine, as I call her, because she swoops in and saves the day, is she takes this love and all its ugliness.
Okay.
And then she uses that love to rip away his layers to the core, but it is so painful for both of them.
Wow.
We're talking a sex god. He has a manor. It's placed in England, so
okay.
The Lord, right?
Right.
But he is just considered. These people that belong as part of the sex club of him. So many of the women are there because of him.
Okay, so it's disturbing. There's a sex club. He's a lord, and it takes place in England.
Yes.
Okay, and the heroine?
Ava O'Shea. She's an interior designer. How about that?
Oh my goodness, I like her already. Ava O'Shea. So she's obviously Irish.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
The interesting thing is she comes into this to go, and she's asked to come and kind of consult on this whole new wing.
Oh, wow.
Sees him, she can't even talk. A person who's top of her field, and she's just awestruck by this guy, all right? And he has never had any feelings for anybody. So what is this, all of these books, they come in so emotionally charged, and it's like this love at first sight.
So would you suggest these books to someone who maybe couldn't handle 50 Shades? It's like easing into it, or is this too disturbing? Do we need to have a starter level?
Even though you can do that at his club, that's his thing, okay?
Okay.
So that's why I would say that those of you who really like those emotionally charged books with such sexual tension,
the kind you can't put down,
then it's a really good read, and all three of them are out.
Okay, so what else have you got for me?
Okay, I've got a single.
Okay.
This one is called The Agreement.
The Agreement.
We're into the dominant sub-relationship.
So is this kind of like how Christian was trying to get, what was her name? Oh, I can't believe I just lost it. Anastasia to sign an agreement. Is this kind of the same idea?
Yes.
Okay.
Softer, but still, this one is going to be a very emotionally charged book as well. And let me just read you something. This is what captivates me.
Okay, we're going to have an excerpt by our Real Housewife who's joining us from Maryville, Tennessee, Loretta Cate, if you've just joined me. Go for it.
Hey, Moll?
Yeah?
We were just talking about the agreement.
Yes.
And what I wanted to read, because I think those people who are confused or not sure about the dominant-submissive relationship.
Okay.
I think what's neat about this one, it sort of describes it. You get a little more feel about the type of relationship and how they see it.
Okay.
From a dom's perspective, this is a letter from a dom to a stud, real short and sweet.
All right. I'm on the edge of my seat. Go.
Okay. You trust me completely to know what you need. And I do know what you need. And I know what to whisper in your ear to make you need me even more.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to touch,
mm-hmm.
where to touch, and when to touch. I know you. You can relax completely with me. You can feel everything possible with me. You can respond with total abandon with me. This is what I most desire.
I'm speechless. Oh, my gosh. Woo! It just got hot in here. Producer Susanna turned down the air. Oh, my gosh. That's just like an excerpt from the book?
That's just like the
Told me.
initial letter that he sends to his sub.
I think every woman needs a letter like that from her man.
You know? Is that not true?
Oh, my gosh. You had me with that one. I don't think we need to even talk about that one anymore. You got anything else?
Yeah, I mean, that book,
oh.
you will think about it long after you finished it.
Now I've got to finish my show. I don't know how. My brain is all about that romance and how he's there for us. Well, Loretta, thank you so much for joining us again and giving us those hot summer reads and for explaining the dom relationship, because I think every woman is kind of like hot under the collar. I know that all the women in the studio are hanging by the door and they're all sweating as we speak. So hopefully I'll see you soon, girl. Love ya. And coming up next, Don McCoy is in the Moll House with Beauty Beat, and I'll answer more of your phone calls. Stay tuned.
Be sure to check out Moll's website, mollanderson.com, where you can get a sneak peek at her latest book, Seductive Tables for Two, available now. Now let's get back to the Gracie Award winner, Moll Anderson, on the Moll Anderson Show.
Hey, guess what? I have been working out. So the Moll House here is, a 1 and 2, Woo! That's right. I have been working out with Andy Orbach, who's not in the Moll House because she was in the Moll House this morning at the beach, working me out so hard that my abs are hurting. I mean, I am so sore. Don McCoy is here with Beauty Beat.
Hello. That means you know it's doing a good thing.
Yes, and as my producer David said, what did you say, David? Pain is weakness leaving the body. Begone weakness. That's what I say. Mm-hmm. And it must be working because I'm in pain. That's right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Andy Orbach, if you're listening, it's a shout out to you, babe. She works out.
Sexy and I know.
Oh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Don McCoy, we're sexy and we know it.
Yeah.
Susanna? Oh, yeah. Here we go.
It's a good reminder.
A good reminder. No, she works out Heidi Klum. You've heard of Heidi Klum?
I've heard of her. I've seen her.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, after all those babies, and she works out Julia Roberts. She works out all these stars.
Gorgeous woman.
And then there's me.
Oh,
and
please.
She got there and I said, okay, I'm 53, so do not judge me, and I'm trying to get strong because, honestly, part of growing old autonomously and trying to be and live in beauty, because, we try to look good and, we talk about being beautiful and Beauty Beat and working on that and looking at beauty products, is that, as we get older, if we take care of ourselves and build our core and keep our balance and just stay fit and healthy, we feel so much better and it keeps us from getting injuries.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because that's the biggest problem. Oh, I know.
You've got to have that strong core. So even moving or picking up the children or grandchildren, it'll give you that core and that strength that you won't get that backache as much.
And now that I have grandchildren, it's so interesting because little Gracie, boy, she's starting to become a big little girl, and she's so cute. And she's always like, she gets that look and puts her arms up, and you got to be able to, woof. Swoop her up, but it's all good. So yeah, it's part of, what I'm trying to get into in this year is to be healthy. And there's so many things going on in Hot Topics besides being healthy. We've got, where do we start? This has been
a lot.
A chaotic week.
Very, very.
Paula Deen.
Oh.
I have to tell you, I met Paula, sat next to her when she was speaking at a Books A Million function, and I fell madly in love with her, and she was just the sweetest, most wonderful human being. And of course, I will start by saying I don't like the N-word. I don't like the use of it. I'm not condoning that, but I'm also here to say at some point in social world, in media and whatnot, stop already.
Yeah, I agree.
This woman has paid, she's lost all of her shows. She lost her new book coming out. And, everybody's out there saying, what is the most important thing here? Okay, we've learned something from this, but the most important thing we always talk about, whether it's in relationships or what, is forgiveness.
Oh, yeah. You have to have forgiveness. And with Paula, I think it's interesting that all these people that love her, a lot of them are standing by her.
Yes.
And they don't agree with her. They know that what she did was a very bad thing and a very hurtful thing.
30 years ago.
30 years ago. And
let's not forget that, folks.
No, and I hate to bring this up, but there are celebrities out there saying all of these gay slurs and racial slurs also.
I know.
And they're not getting as much trouble. I almost wonder, they're men. So,
Yes.
you have to wonder at that point.
Yeah.
But it's really sad because I feel like everybody loves her so much, and now her whole world is changing and the way we view her is changing.
Right. And the whole idea in life is we're supposed to learn from our mistakes.
Yes.
And we're supposed to forgive and move forward in life. So, Paula, I just want you to know that I'm thinking about you and I'm sending you good wishes and good energy. And I know you'll be back.
Me too, and you'll be better than ever.
That's right. How was your 4th of July?
It was good.
Yeah?
It was good. I actually kind of took it easy because I'd had such a crazy few weeks, and there are lots of events coming up that I have to go to this month. But
oh, I feel so sorry for her.
But no,
Dawn,
I'm not
the beauty
complaining.
beat
I'm
blog
not
woman.
complaining.
Yes.
But it's just, it was good to kind of just take a day, and I didn't go to any parties or barbecues, and I stayed home and watched TV in bed.
Sometimes you just gotta lay low.
Got to.
I know, but things
good.
are just around the corner for you. I really believe that you're going to meet him this year.
Oh, you do?
Well, and you look very sexy today. I told Dawn that when she walked in, she had like this bedhead kind of hair going, which we all work so hard to get, and she naturally has it. And of course, she's glowing again. And I bet some of the products that we're going to talk about, you're wearing or using.
I am.
See? I knew it.
This is what's awesome is this. I'm so glad you said that because today is the first day I wore everything I'm going to talk about. So I could give you a picture, even though you guys can't see it out there. I wanted Moll to be like, that's what we're doing.
That's
today.
right. Well, I just have to explain how beautiful she looks so that you know that it works.
Thanks, Moll. I know we always have this mutual love affair on the air going, but that's just fun.
That's
it's
just
so fun to
fun.
work with Moll.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I'm talking about date night beauty, which of course I haven't been on a date in a long time. You want to talk about
yes,
it?
but you know what I say? You have to prepare yourself as if.
That's right. That's
As if.
exactly right.
Okay.
And I love your whole, I always say your term stepping up. We're going to step it up a
Step
little
it up.
bit.
Step it up.
This is just, these are a few products that you can step it up without going overboard. Because I think what I'm wearing right now doesn't look overboard. It's just going to make somebody attracted to you for who you are, but you're looking polished and pretty and fresh and a little sexy. So
Yes.
you can start with a creamy shadow like Neutrogena Crease Proof eyeshadow, which is a cream in a stick, and you can just apply it. I really love the plum one. That's what I have on today. You can bring it a little bit underneath, and then take a NYX Jet Black liner at the lash line and put that on a little bit just to make those lashes pop. And then the new mascara, there's a 3-step lash mascara from Too Faced, and it's called Too Faced Better Than False Lashes Mascara. And you get the pretty perfect eye with it. So it's really kind of fun. And
Well, it looks really good. It looks like you have nice full lashes.
they're fuller. I think that the stats on it are they plump up the lashes or thicken by 90%. I love the word plumping.
I
in
do
beauty.
too.
I love it.
Plump on the lips and plump on the lids.
Just not on the body,
That's right.
apparently.
No.
They don't want to hear it with that. But again, you want plump skin too.
Yes.
But it plumps up the lashes and pumps them up by 90%, and it gives you 98% longer lashes.
Oh.
It has little fibers that help build them up. So
let me ask you about this because I've had the fiber mascara before and it will flake and get into my eyes and it's just so irritating.
it is super irritating. I actually have been, this mascara is one, and there's also like a fiber you can get from Talika that builds them up. And I learned a trick. So what you want to do is a lot of people will start on a bare lash with those fibers. And if you have a fiber primer.
Wait, no, back up. A what lash?
A fiber lash? Is that what I said? A fiber
A barrel.
primer?
For some reason I thought you said a barrel lash.
Oh.
So I was
don't know
like,
what
where did that
is, but
come from?
sounds great.
Okay, you know.
I'm looking at houses, so maybe it's like a barrel living room or something. But if you use these fibers, you want to put on your mascara. A bear lash. That's what I said.
Bear lash.
No bear lash.
Okay. See, I'm not crazy,
You're
folks.
Not crazy at all.
No.
So you want to start by curling your lashes, putting on the mascara. Then you're going to put the fibers on, those fibers that plump them up. And then you put another coat of mascara on. So if you do that, it really seals it in and they won't fall.
So here's Moll asking another question.
Yes.
So when you say put the fibers on, are they not in the mascara?
Well, sometimes those mascaras have them. With this one, it's a 3-step process. So
you put your finger in there and then...
No.
Okay.
Thank God, no.
See?
You do a mascara with the wand that they have, and then you go back with the lash. It looks like a mascara, but it's the fibers on the lash brush.
Okay.
So you brush that on, and then you put the mascara on top, so everything's locked in.
Okay, so it's a 3-step process.
It's a 3-step process, but only 2 products in the package. And again, it's Too Faced Better Than False Lashes mascara.
Too Faced better than false eyelashes.
I love Too Faced. It's super fun.
Cool.
What else? Well, I love Stila Illuminating Beauty Balm, or the BB Balm. It glows, but you're not too greasy. You're not too oily looking. It keeps the shine down a little bit, but you're still dewy.
So is this like a moisturizer?
It's like a tinted moisturizer. I'm a big fan of tinted moisturizers. I feel like for every day, I just think...
But don't you think that tinted moisturizers are for the people who have better skin than most?
Sure.
You know, as I get older, I need a little more coverage. So
yeah.
I don't use the tinted moisturizers.
Well, I think you could use tinted moisturizer. You have great skin. You could actually do that every day.
That's because I apply my makeup very well. And
you know Brady Wardlaw.
And it covers. Brady taught me. I've got Armani base on.
Do you use that brush with Armani too?
Of course.
Oh yeah, that's the best brush. I just used it today.
So
on
it just
my
looks
concealer.
like I have illuminating skin.
No, it's very smooth. And I mean, I like tinted moisturizer for every day because I think if it's a choice between not wearing makeup and wearing a lot of foundation, people get overwhelmed. So that's an in-between.
See, I have no in-between.
It's glam or nothing.
I'm all glam, baby.
I'm like that too, but my skin right now is still doing the tinted moisturizer. So you can do that. And then if you need a powder, the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder is great. It's lightweight.
Like Secret brightening. So it brightens your face.
It brightens, yet it keeps the oil shine down. I love using it on top of concealer underneath the eye. Just use an eyeshadow brush, actually. This is a good tip. Use a fuller eyeshadow brush and then dust off the powder and then put it on top of your concealer to really lock that in.
So it doesn't like get caught in the lines or
you don't
anything.
like that.
Yeah, because normally, you know, and ladies, as you're listening to this, that doesn't mean use the powder you have and glob it on underneath your eyes, because there's nothing worse than seeing, you know, caked in.
You'll look like 10 years older.
Yes,
Don't do
it
that.
makes you look older.
Don't do that.
So
But if you
this
use a
is
little
good.
eyeshadow brush with especially like you want a light reflecting powder is what you want.
Light reflecting.
You can find that at the drugstore. You can find it anywhere. But the one that I love is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. And just use a smaller eyeshadow brush. And the trick is with these powders, especially under the eyes, to swirl it. Like swirl it in your hand just a little bit and then tap it off because you don't want that excess powder. Yuck.
Yeah, the one where it drips all over your face like eyeshadow.
Yeah,
you know,
we
when
don't
you
want
do that too.
That's why you want to do your eyeshadow first too.
Yes.
That's my big
Yeah, and the
secret.
idea is if you do your eyeshadow first, then you can clean it up.
It's brilliant.
Because you don't want to keep adding the makeup on top of makeup.
It's self-defeating.
Yeah.
Trish McAvoy taught me that personally when I was about 15, and she taught me that
Name
trick. And
dropper.
I totally drop names. It's terrible. I totally drop names. And lastly, we need a lip, of course, with this great sultry eye,
Always.
but simple and glowy. And the Votre-Vu Lip Luster Vitamin E Gloss in
Votre-Vu.
Charming. I have
like
that on
that.
too, by the way. Votre-Vu. It's a French line. They're cruelty-free. They're great. And it's this beautiful nude, slightly peach gloss.
It
that
is
looks great on
pretty.
Everyone.
So do you just have the gloss on?
Well, I always do a bit of lip liner, and I did their lip liner in Naked with it. But you can't really see the lip liner. It's just because I'm a Texas girl. We don't forget our lip liner ever.
No.
But you
and
can't see it.
And now that I'm a Texas girl, I don't forget my lip liner
That's
either.
right. That's
Oh,
right.
well, you look beautiful.
Thanks.
So,
You do
gosh,
too.
that's always so helpful.
Well, I hope so. I know we kind of talked about a lot today, but
We
perfect
have.
for a date night.
No, I love it. And, you know, I'm at the beach this month, and my hair is kind of doing its own thing. It's interesting. So now I'm kind of like wearing a lot of hats because I'll do it and I'll do it straight, and then it just sort of like gets volumized.
You should get some of that saltwater spray, the kind that you can, like the John Frieda. And
So I can have more volume?
You can look beachy. Well, it's taming it, but beaching it up at the
Really?
same time. Yeah.
So that's how.
Embrace the Malibu.
Embrace it.
Be your
embrace
Malibu
it.
Barbie self.
All right, Don McCoy. Beauty Beats.
Thanks so much, Moll.
Beautyfrosting.com, right?
That's right.
Okay, that's where you can find her. You can find her there, and you can find her here on the Moll Anderson Show. So before we end the show, let's go to another caller. Libba, are you there?
I am. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, sweetie?
I'm well. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Absolutely.
My question to you is, my fiance and I have been together for about 5 years and have lived together for coming on 2.
Okay.
And, a lot of the times I feel like we're already married.
How long have you
I'm
been
just
engaged?
wondering, we got engaged the middle of February.
Okay, so you're newly engaged.
Yes, newly engaged, but been together for a while. So, a lot of the times I feel like we're an old married couple. So I'm just wondering what you would suggest, once we are newlyweds, to still have that special time.
Okay, well, we got to definitely get you out of the old married couple thinking already, right? I mean, because you haven't walked down the aisle lately. That's, and that's a typical problem that happens when couples live together. It's not just you. There's nothing wrong with you. The idea is we have to remember to keep things fresh always. And what happens when we live together and we're not married, you'd be amazed how different it's going to feel when you actually do get married. I don't care what people say. They think that they're married, but they're not, because there's a big difference between being able to walk out the door without a divorce and being married and saying, oh my gosh, I'm committed here and this is forever, so you really have to understand it will feel very different when you wake up married, and that's a good thing, right? Yeah. You're madly in love, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Very madly in love.
All right. So do you guys do date nights?
We try to. A lot of the time our date nights turn into like friend couple nights. So
okay, well that's the first problem right there. This happens a lot because you sound young. How old are you?
I'm 24.
24. You're a baby. Now, what does your husband to be do?
He and his dad have a financial advising company.
Okay. All right. So he works long, hard hours?
Not too bad. Usually he's home by about 5:30 or 6.
Oh, well, those are good hours.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you said couples. Your date nights end up being couple nights. I think you're going to have to sit down and agree that once a week you will have not a couples night. You will have a date night. And, you can save another night to go out with other couples, but you really have to be steadfast on this. You need to both agree that you've got to put the time and energy. And it doesn't mean you have to go out. It just means that you need to take the time to maybe meet him at the door with a cocktail, have some music on and make a nice dinner. And I don't mean sit in front of the TV and watch TV. I'm talking about enjoying the day, talking about your time together, and really just paying attention to what's important and what the other person is thinking about or going through that day. And it's just about staying connected. But you can't do that when you've got another couple along,
Sure, yeah.
So it's really important that you decide how you want to spend your date night. It's great if you can make it the same night every week. Like, I know that my husband and I, we have a no Sundays rule. So no matter what happens, we do not go out on Sunday night. And we make that a day where we'll get massages and then we'll have a cocktail and we make our favorite dinner and we just hang out. And it's a really wonderful kind of letdown of all the stress, and it prepares us for Monday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But basically, it can be anything you want. It's whatever you two love to do together. But you have got to make it a priority that it's just the two of you at least once a week. Can you do that?
Oh, yes, absolutely. We'll definitely remember that and put that in the books and try it next week.
Perfect. When are you getting married?
April the 5th.
April the 5th. Oh, so we got a ways before the wedding.
Yes.
Okay, well, you've got lots of time, so it's really important to get this into play before you get married, okay?
Yes, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right, Libba, thank you, and please call me back and let me know how it all goes.
Oh, I definitely will. Thanks so much.
All right, sweetie, take care. Good luck.
Bye.
Well, as usual, I'd like to thank my fabulous guest, Matt Rogers, and that new album coming out. Look for it. It's going to be exciting. Loretta Cate, my real housewife from Maryville, Tennessee, who's looking up a recipe as we speak out of Moll's own cookbook, and probably enjoying a cocktail by the pool afterwards, reading her next romantic novel. And Dawn McCoy from Beauty Beat. You know where to find her, beautyfrosting.com. But most importantly, to my husband, my sweet husband, Charlie. Laters, baby.